So you're thinking about using your VA entitlement to buy a home. Good for you, but let's talk about that. Hey, welcome back. I'm Mike Dempsey with Indy Top Homes and the FC Tucker Company right here in central Indiana, serving the Indianapolis metropolitan area. And if you're interested in all things real estate here in the Indy metro area, be sure to hit that subscribe button. That way you're going to be notified whenever I put out a new video. So you want to use your VA entitlement to buy a new home. That's great, and let me thank you for your service to our great country. Now keep in mind that you need to talk with a great loan officer who specializes in VA loans, but I want to present some general guidelines. First of all, you might be wondering, are you even eligible? Well, if you served 90 consecutive days during wartime, or 180 consecutive days during peacetime, or you've served 6 or more years in the National Guard or in the reserves, you're probably eligible for a VA loan. So what are the benefits when you do a VA loan? Well, first, zero down payment is required, which means there's less money out of your pocket at closing. Secondly, there is no mortgage insurance required. So usually your monthly house payments are lower, which means over time you pay out less money. And thirdly, usually the interest rate is lower and the credit score requirement for getting the loan is more lenient. So not only do you bring less money to closing, but typically over the course of the mortgage period, you pay back less money. These are great benefits for our veterans and our active military. So how do you even know if you're ready to buy a home? Well, I recommend to all of my clients that they have a minimum of 3% cash, liquid, in the bank, ready to be spent. Now, you might be able to get by with a little less than 3%, but you have to think about it, right? If you don't have a lot of money in the bank, are you really ready to make the purchase of a home? You don't want to have to eat ramen noodles every day because you can't afford to do anything other than make your mortgage payment. So again, 0% down is required, and this is a great benefit for our veterans and our active military. So can you really buy a house for zero down? Well, you can and you can't. Zero down payment is required, but you still need cash in the bank, typically 3 or 4% of the purchase price, liquid and ready to be applied towards the purchase process. So if you bought a home for $200,000, or if the sale price is $200,000, for example, you need to have between $6,000 and $8,000 that you can apply toward the various costs associated with closing the transaction. Now, in our market today, it's not unusual for a buyer to ask the seller to help with their closing costs, and they may or may not do that. But I always recommend to my clients that you have that money available in case the seller does not agree to help with your closing costs. That way you don't have to walk away from the deal because you don't have the cash to move forward. So you're going to need, let's say, up to 4% of the purchase price as closing costs to pay for things like appraisals, for example, or a home inspection, or any additional inspections that you think that the home may require. And all of this is money that you're going to need up front when you decide the time is right for you to buy that house. So here's what your timeline looks like. In the first month, you find your real estate agent, you find your lender, and you get pre-approved. They tell you exactly what your budget is and how much money you have to spend on a house. And then you start looking at homes, and let's say that it takes you about 30 days before you find the right house. It could take a little longer. It also might take a little less time, but let's just say that it takes a month. And then you make your offer. Maybe you negotiate back and forth with the homeowner. They finally accept your offer and you go under contract. Now you should plan on it taking about 4 to 6 weeks to close on the property, which is where money actually changes hands and they give you the key and the garage door openers, and now you own the property. So we typically find that it takes anywhere from 3 to 4 months on an average for somebody to find the right house and be moving in. So does every house qualify for a VA loan? Absolutely not. The VA will not loan money for homes that they consider to be fixer-uppers. Now, it can be a 1970s home. It can have an avocado green refrigerator and stove, but if it doesn't have heat, or if the windows are broken, or if the roof's in bad shape or it has a lot of peeling paint, for example, they're not going to loan money for a house like that. And the loan can only be for owner-occupied homes. It can't be for an investment property. And if you're buying a townhome or a condo, the community that the property is located in has to be approved by the VA. When it comes to picking a lender, please don't just pick somebody off the internet. You want somebody that is local in the city where you're buying your house. If they need documentation fast, it's always great to be able to walk into their office and just hand it to them versus dealing with somebody over the internet that you can never get a hold of. They gave you an 800 number and they're not being terribly responsive. Now, your real estate agent should be able to refer you to a great lender that they work with regularly, and my team here at Indy Top Homes has a fantastic VA lender, and we will absolutely refer you to a great lender. And you're going to need a real estate agent who has the military relocation professional certification, which means they have specialized training in assisting military personnel and their families in the relocation process. So you're going to need a winning team, and we would love to have the opportunity to assist you. You will definitely want to check out our Military on the Move program that is unique to FC Tucker and delivers real benefits for our veterans and our active duty personnel. And here's a list of just some of the benefits that you're eligible for as part of the Military on the Move program. Now note the rebate that you will receive at closing that's tied directly to the purchase price of the home. I would love to have the opportunity to speak with you directly about the Military on the Move benefit. Take advantage of it. You've earned it. But wait, how in the world are you going to find a home when you're all the way across the country or you're in a different part of the world and you get orders to Indianapolis? Well, we have a great process. It's a virtual home buying process that we use to help clients that are in your situation, and we can do everything virtually, from finding the house to actually closing the transaction if need be. And we would love to speak with you about it, give us the opportunity to talk about it, or you should feel free to go to our website at www.indytophomescom/virtual-home-buying. Take a look. We'd love to have the opportunity to speak with you. Feel free to reach out to us anytime. We are here to help. In conclusion, thanks again for watching this video, and thank you so much for your service to our country. Feel free to contact us at any time, and be sure to hit that subscribe button and hit the little notification bell as well. You'll be notified when I post a new video. This is Mike Dempsey. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.